Hey everybody, it is July 25th, 2018, and this is the Surly Grognards!
Yay!
This is Peter Bowman, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Eric Carlson. How are you doing tonight, Eric?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, aside from melting a bit, I think, but because it's hot here in
Yeah, it's
Boston.
yeah. At least we're not in Phoenix.
Yeah, dear God, ugh. It's worse in other parts of the country, I totally get that, but it's been in the 90s all day today, and... Oh...
I am a tundra creature. I do not like it over 60.
Yeah, I can function up into the 70s pretty well. I can handle low 80s with it if I can handle it. I don't like it, but I can handle it. Once it gets in the high 80s, my body starts going, "What? No, stop that!" Oh God. At any rate, so we don't have a specific topic for this week. We weren't sure what we are going to be doing, but I do have a few sort of smaller things I do want to talk about.
Then we shall discuss them.
So the first thing I want to talk about is a bunch of stuff that's been sort of a bunch of trailers and such that have been dropping at Comic-Con, which just happened.
Yes. I was thinking that was probably something that we're going to address.
So Eric, I know we've both watched a couple of them together.
Yes.
Our friend Gav linked them to us, and we knew about them. These were going to be trailers there, but we hadn't watched them yet. So the first one I want to talk about is are the two big ones. Two of the big ones, which are the DC movie stuff that came out.
Yep.
Justice League and Wonder Woman.
I should know better, but the Wonder Woman trailer really hit home.
Yeah.
Like, I have no faith in the DC Murderverse anymore, but that Wonder Woman movie looked really good.
I will say this. They have... Whoever had been doing their trailers before, they apparently sacked.
Yeah, no
because
shit.
Whoever put those trailers together for both that and Justice League knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like, they didn't give away the farm during the trailer.
Which they almost always do.
DC's really been really bad about that.
Yeah.
Like, the Wonder Woman trailer, I watch it, I'm like, wait, this looks like... Well, I mean, it depends on which version. It looks like a fairly competent telling of one of the better known Wonder Woman origin stories.
Yes.
Wait, that's like sane.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it looks... I was excited. Like, I can't tell whether that's like really early World War II or late World War I, but it made me go, that's awesome, and I want to see more of it.
From what I understand, it's supposed to be World War I.
Okay. That makes me really excited.
Yeah, I think that's really...
Not enough shit happens in World War I.
Right. I mean, seriously. So that I thought was really fucking cool. I'm like, wait, World War I... And watching Wonder Woman kick all kinds of ass is always good. I love Wonder Woman.
Yeah, like friggin' like crossing the trenches of the shield with the heavy machine gun spattering off her shield. I'm like, it's Captain America with boobs, but I'm totally in favor of this. Looks great.
I love the bit where she shatters the guy's rifle.
Yep.
Beautiful shot. I mean, yeah, Gal Gadot might be a little small for 1D, but you know what? From everything I heard, as an actress, she did fine in this small bit she had in Batman vs Superman.
The Dawn of Stupid.
Yeah.
I have not actually seen that movie, so I should not prejudge, but everything I've heard and everything I've seen does not bode confidence in that.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Man of Steel, so. But I'm like, wait, but it's a Wonder Woman movie. Wonder Woman's like one of my favorite DC characters. What she's done, right?
And it's got what's her fuck Candy from the really early Justice League stuff, or not Justice League, Wonder Woman stuff.
Right. Oh God, what's her name? She's actually a great character too.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's Candy. It's something Candy or Candy something. I can't remember whether Candy's her first name or surname, but it's Candy.
Yeah. She's a cool character from everything I read about her.
Yeah,
it's great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to a DC movie. What the fuck, Eric?
Yeah, no shit. DC Murderverse, no less.
Yeah, I'm looking less forward to Justice League, but the trailer still did a pretty good job.
Yeah, the trailer did a good job. Jason Momoa stole every shot he was in.
Kinda.
As Aquaman.
Yeah, he's a little too brooding for my personal taste with Aquaman, but it could work still. The movie still seemed to be a bit too lacking in color from what I saw of it. But I mean, Zack Snyder's still the director, so.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck came across pretty well in it as Bruce Wayne because he's apparently a good Bruce Wayne in Batman. So okay.
Yep. No, he did a good job. The Flash kid seemed all right, but I was a little taken aback they didn't use the actor from the TV show.
Yeah, well, they're keeping the TV shows separate from the movies completely.
And that's probably wise, because the TV shows do everything, are take the same characters and do everything right with them that the movies seem to get wrong.
But like the guy who plays the bits with the guy playing Barry were.
Yeah, they were
pretty good. It was funny. That was like actually funny. I laughed during that bit, the bits with him.
Yeah,
I was like, "What? That's actually funny." And someone apparently people actually did a screen cap of the monitors behind Bruce in Barry's hideout.
Yes, I've seen that, and he's watching Rick and Morty in the background.
Yeah.
Because of course that's something Barry Allen would watch.
So okay, nicely done. It looked pretty good. I mean, I have no doubt Jason Momoa will probably be a pretty good Aquaman. I hope they do play up actually make him feel like a monarch, because that's sort of part of what Aquaman should be.
Yes,
like actual royalty, and make him feel that way.
There are two versions of Aquaman that work for me. There is the brooding, sick of your shit monarch.
Yep.
And the completely ridiculous pile of bombast that was Aquaman from Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
He was fun. I'm not a huge Brave and the Bold fan.
Outrageous.
But he was glorious. I will tip my hat to that. That was a lot of fun. There was some other stuff that actually dropped at Comic-Con. I also have seen the trailer for the upcoming Netflix series, Luke Cage.
I missed Luke Cage. I did see the Iron Man one, or Iron Fist one.
So excited.
I want. I didn't see the trailer because I have faith in Netflix. One.
I do too.
They have not failed me. Two, like, Jessica Jones is really fucking good. Yeah. And if they treat Luke Cage with half the respect they did Jessica Jones, it's going to be great.
But like the trailer just has Luke. There's this beautiful sequence where he's just walking through this gang who are shooting him, and he's giving no fucks. And it's great. His hoodie is being shot to pieces, and he just keeps walking through it. Beautiful bit where he punches a guy, and as he's punching him, he shatters the dude's machete. It's beautiful.
That's great. I need to watch this trailer. I'll do so after the show.
It's good. They've also formally announced that they're going to be doing a Defenders show. Thumbs up.
Which is awesome. I'm down with that.
So that means more Luke Cage and Jessica Jones together.
Yes.
Rock on.
I am totally okay with this. I am more than okay. I am actively excited.
Yeah. So there's been a bunch of stuff that's been announced at Comic-Con. Is there anything else that announced at Comic-Con that struck out to you?
MST3K got picked up by Netflix.
Oh, that's right.
Kickstarter was so successful that Netflix said, "Okay, we'll pick you up, and we'll pretty much give you free reign." With Felicia Day and Patton Oswalt as the Mads, and a bunch of the original cast returning for cameos throughout the season.
Nice. That should be fun.
Including Brain Guy, Professor Bobo, and Pearl. I can't remember the actor's name off the top of my head, but that's who they played.
All right, it sounds like it'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'm not the world's biggest MST3K fan, but I do like it, and I'm glad to see it.
I really, really loved MST3K when it was on the air, and it was because it basically MST3K was nostalgic for me in high school, because it reminded me of sneaking down after my parents had gone to bed to watch bad horror movies.
Right.
And Except now I was watching myself and two robots watch these movies and have many of the same thoughts, and I thought that was awesome.
So that was the first thing I wanted to touch on. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about a bunch of superhero movie stuff coming out.
Yes.
Also the most recent trailer for Doctor Strange.
Yes. I really liked a lot of that.
I did too.
I know Gav wasn't big on it, but I was like, no, this is the kind of weird acid trippy stuff that I expect from Doctor Strange.
Yep.
This looks good. And I like that he's got the different hermetic symbols, like, sort of flaring to life around his hands as he's, not symbols, circles, flaring to life around his hands as he casts spells. Yep. That's really cool.
Now, the only niggle is still that it feels so weird watching Benedict Cumberbatch act and using a stock American accent. There's just something about his voice doesn't work quite as well when he's not using his native accent.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. But at the same time, there are a few people that I could... He's one of my dream picks to play Doctor Strange, honestly.
Oh, God, yes. Brilliant casting. Brilliant fucking casting.
Yeah. Like, Benedict Cumberbatch for Doctor Strange, Idris Elba for Doctor Doom. Those are my two dream choices.
I would never have thought of Idris Elba's Doom, but that is absolutely perfect. You're correct.
He's got the voice. He's got the voice for it, man.
Oh my God,
he'd be voice and the screen presence.
The second you said that, my brain went, "Oh my God, that's perfect." Why did I never think of that? Why did I never think of that, Eric?
Because they're not half as awesome as I am. Clearly.
Well, I should. To be honest, it's because I've just stopped trying to figure out how to cast Doctor Doom in superhero movies.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's not like they've been terribly successful so far.
No, they haven't. Oh well.
But yeah, you just get Doctor Doom into the DC, into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and have Idris Elba stomp around in power armor, speaking in italics. It'll be perfect.
They'll have to pry him out of, was it Fox's hands? Who has the Fantastic Four? I think it's Fox.
I think it's Fox that has Fantastic Four. He also plays Heimdall, but you know what? He's going to be wearing powered armor most of the time anyway. I don't think it'll matter.
Oh my God. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that stuff. It should be fun.
Yep. Did you see the trailer for the teaser trailer for the new Star Trek?
Yep. We've seen the Discovery.
It's a profoundly ugly ship.
Yeah, I'm struggling to wrap my brain around it. It's.
I recognized it from old concept art I saw 1,000 years ago, and apparently someone online made the same connection, and they've confirmed. Yeah, they pretty much the designer of the ship said, yeah, I can't confirm nor deny the similarities without possible lawsuits. So.
It doesn't look right.
I did read something just earlier today, actually.
Yep.
That because it's got a lot of Klingon Federation design elements in it, like drawing the worst from both, apparently.
It's got the saucer's fine.
And the music. One of the completely baseless speculations is that it takes place not long after Star Trek VI. And it's a Klingon Empire Starfleet joint task force type of thing.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
I think that would be a really good idea.
Yeah, because
it's also completely baseless speculation and probably completely wrong, but it would be cool.
Yeah, because the lower hull of it looks kind of like a D7's lower hull. Like
yes.
Hull.
It's like someone took a D7 and then glued a saucer section on it.
Yeah, I mean, people were. I mean, I've heard people say, "Yeah, it looks good. It looks like a cross between like a Starfleet ship and a bird of prey." It's like, no, it looks nothing like a bird of prey.
No,
a
nothing
D7,
like a bird of prey.
yes.
It looks like a Katinga.
Yep.
Or a D7, depending on what era you're referring to.
Yep. Well, given the era, it should be a D7.
Yes. Well, who knows? All evidence points to it happening sometime between.
Sure, somewhere between the
original series and
TNG.
TNG. There's like 100 years to play with there, so.
Fair point. It's an ugly ship, though.
It's a profoundly ugly ship. But the production values involved give me hope. I will watch the first episode, and I might get a subscription to whatever CBS's ridiculous streaming service is if the first episode impresses me enough.
Right.
Because I want to support Star Trek on TV.
Oh, God,
but
yes.
if it's crap, if it's ass, then I'm not going to spend money to do so.
Right, absolutely. I totally agree with you on both of those points. I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah, I need this to be good. Please don't let this be another Enterprise where you settle for mediocrity until it's way too late.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But yeah, no, I am cautiously optimistic about Star Trek Discovery. I think it's the best way for me to describe it.
All right. One other thing, a bit of tied into Star Trek news.
Okay.
It's been announced there's going to be a new Star Trek tabletop role-playing game coming out next year.
Yes, and that I am also excited for.
It's being done by the same people who did Mutant Chronicles, and it's using the same base system, the 2.20 system.
Yeah, I have never played one of those systems.
I've not either, so I know nothing about them. But I'm praying that for once someone makes a good Star Trek tabletop role-playing game.
Yeah, no shit.
Dear God, people, somebody make a good one.
When that happens, I'll make Gur of the House of Arg Klingon warrior.
Oh God, you're a terrible person, Eric. Oh my God, because I've looked at basically every single one of them. I actually looked through the rules for the FASA one that came out ages and ages ago. It was shit.
Yeah, I played a single session of that, and it was shit.
Prime Directive, which is published by Emerald Design Board, who makes Starfleet Battles, is based on Starfleet Battles' version of the Star Trek universe. Not a very good system. GURPS did make an adaptation of it for GURPS. I've not looked at that, so that's probably playable because it's GURPS. I mean, there's only so far you can. You can
only fuck up so much with GURPS.
Yeah. And then there's the Last Unicorn Games one, which I kind of enjoy the character creation in it. It's fun. You can do some interesting stuff with it. The system is profoundly non-functional.
So it's an early FASA game.
Yeah, it's pretty clear the designers either didn't understand probability, or for some reason they thought Starfleet officers who were assigned to a starship should be incompetent.
Well, if you're a red shirt, how else are you going to get killed on the planet?
Well, yes, odds are if you want to target, if you get into a fight in space and you want to target a ship at that's basically at neutral range and not moving, your odds of hitting are somewhere between 30 and 40%.
Oof. I mean, we've seen ships miss targets before, but it's usually something fast-moving like the Defiant or Bird of Prey or one of the Borg probes. Something small, fast. Something small and fast.
The Jem'Hadar escorts.
Or the Jem'Hadar escorts, runabouts. All of those get missed fairly frequently. They're also all small, fast, and nimble. So
yeah, I'm hoping. I'm really, really hoping that this is a good system because I really want it to be good. I love Star Trek. So
here's what's going to happen. You and I are both going to pick up a copy when it happens, and you'll run a few test games, and I will fuck up your carefully set up scenarios by being a Klingon in them.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the Klingons won't be in the base book.
That's right. They're not going to be in the base book because God hates me.
Well, to be fair, they're planning on doing a full Klingon supplement to give the Klingons the full fair treatment.
Yes, which I am totally in favor of.
So if they're not going to be in the base book...
And Andorians are almost as cool.
Right. So, and that's, honestly, if you're not going to throw them into the base book, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think there's some things for hope there. I I'm given when it's coming out, I'm gonna try to make sure I have enough money saved aside to buy it because I I I,
Yeah.
I, I want it. I want Star Trek to. I want good Star Trek.
No, we'll both do the same thing. Whether or not the game system is good, I'll probably pick up the Klingon supplement because if nothing else, it's a lot more flavor about Klingons in a format that will be there.
Yep.
Because Klingons are awesome.
So yeah,
What if they'll do a Gorn supplement? Probably not.
that would rock.
That would really rock because the Gorn are really cool and there's not nearly enough ink spilled about them.
Yeah, dear God, no. Everything I know about the Gorn makes me like them personally slightly more than the Klingons, but
Not quite for me, but the Gorn are still giant space lizards with a really interesting way they seem to have set things up. And like everything I've read about them, like these guys sound really cool. There's a lot of potential there. People should do more with them.
yeah, I get why they haven't done a lot of them in the shows. Because
it's special effects heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, you either have to have like super brilliant costuming.
Yeah,
or
super brilliant
lots of
costuming, and probably with holes in it patched shored up by CG work, and that's expensive and difficult to do right.
Yep.
Or you do an entirely CG character and it's crap.
Probably. I've seen some good CG characters, but not on TV.
Not on TV. You can do entirely CG characters and have it work. Lord of the Rings did a great job with Andy Serkis and Golem.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, it looks a little dated now just because tech's advanced so quickly.
Right.
But it's still an excellent performance and requires less suspension of disbelief than most modern special effects.
Honestly, the Hulk in the Avengers was really well done.
Yes, absolutely. Like I had to watch for it the second time I watched it because the first time I watched it, I was so wrapped up in watching the Hulk punch things and hang out with Thor and things be awesome. If you're looking for holes in special effects the first time you're watching that movie, there is something intrinsically wrong with you, or you're a professional critic.
Right, and that's fair. Like if you do professional CG, you're gonna notice that shit. Yes. I mean, that's just.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like one of my mother's sort of long-standing statements is never go watch a movie with someone who does cinematography.
Yeah.
Because they can't help. A lot of them can't help but like point out mistakes that are being made. Like, oh, you can see the shadows of the camera.
Don't watch cop show procedurals with actual cops, or hard sci-fi with actual physicists,
or God help me, medical dramas with a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. More tabletop stuff. From what I understand, Iron Kingdom, Warmachine and Horde's 3rd editions come out recently.
Yes, and I have my stuff for them. I recently got a smartphone, mainly because my phone company said we're not supporting your crappy phone anymore. Get a fucking smartphone. And I downloaded their app for that, so which is basically giving me something to do in the bathroom besides read old issues of White Dwarf.
Fair enough.
So I've been building armies for that. I've played a few games of it. I've not Hordes yet, unfortunately, but with Warmachine, and I'm really enjoying what they've done with Warmachine so far. Cool. I might be slightly biased because I play Khador, and Khador, by all accounts, won Mark III.
Yeah, from what I understand, Krix won Mark II, and Khador's sort of gotten the nod for Mark III.
Yeah. Manowar had to proxy a couple things that aren't out yet for my Manowar, but the Manowar boat's fucking legit. There are ways around it, but it's a big block that you have to deal with, and most of your normal tricks aren't going to work on it. Because there's a lot of support for shock troopers now, which I really, really love.
Yay!
I love what they've done with Warjacks. Most Warjacks got a slight buff stat wise, or they pretty much got heavies in particular got a buff in that they all now have native 1-inch reach on all their weapons, unless they have 2-inch reach.
Right. That's actually really good.
Yes.
I
No,
approve of
it's
that.
I also thoroughly approve of that. And the power-up mechanic. Basically, if you're inside your Warcaster's control area at the start of the maintenance phase, you get a free focus on your Warjacks.
Oh, that's so good.
It's so good. And suddenly running Warjack heavy Khador, which is something I've always tried to do with middling success in Mark II, is now really good. Particularly if you're using like Butcher Prime or one of the Vlads or God help us Karchev. Karchev got completely reworked. A lot of his old Warjack buff spell got changed to his feet, which is actually much more terrifying on his feet turn than his old feet. He's got a bunch of wonky movement shenanigans now, but he lost toe, which made me sad.
Aw.
Yeah, he lost toe, so no more power slide, but he's got Battle Charged and Road to War, I forget which one is which. Battle Charged gives his battle group Counter Charge. I think it's Battle Charged. So if something stops moving within 6 inches of a Warjack, it gets to charge for free.
Okay.
Interrupting your opponent's turn to do so.
Oh dear.
And Road to War is if something is killed in his control area, then a Warjack can move 3 in that control area. Can move 3 inches. They can only move once as a result of Road to War.
Okay, cool.
So, Borders and Widowmakers sit there fueling your Warjacks on the advance.
Cool. All right.
I haven't tried the Karchev list, but I'm really excited for it.
So the other question I've got for you, Eric, relating to that is, what do you know about what do you think of the changes in the continuation of storyline stuff for the Iron Kingdoms?
So a lot of that happened in a novel that I haven't gotten around to reading yet. But this is what I've been able to glean so far from Prime and Primal. Leto's no longer king. He abdicated to his bastard nephew after a second Signarin civil war with Vinter at the head. I think that's an interesting change, and I want to know more about it.
Right.
And I will pick up that book eventually and read it. But that's an interesting idea, especially seeing as I can't remember the guy's name. The new king instantly sues for peace with Khador. It's like, guys, this war is unsustainable. We're done. Let's sit down and hash out a peace agreement.
Okay.
Which basically means Signar has the Thornwood now, but Lael is now the conquered Lael is now actively recognized as part of Khador.
Ah.
So there's no more contesting that. Not that Empress Anne Vanier gives a fuck. She's preparing for the next war, where they'll take back the Thornwood. They also got to keep a bunch of farmlands from Northern Signar, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
But given what happened, given how badly Signar was getting its ass kicked, yeah, that was the right thing to do.
Oh, sure.
Vlad is apparently engaged to the Empress now, and I want to know what's going on with Sorsha with that, because she's got to be pissed.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of neat soap operatic story arc stuff that can happen with that. It's one of the things I like about the Khador Warcasters. They're a giant soap opera.
Yeah, I'm. From what I've been hearing about what's been going on with Signar, I'm personally not enthused, but that's because I like Signar a lot.
Well, Signar has always been the golden child and paid for it by getting the shit knocked out of them.
And I'm okay with that.
Yes. And I'm also okay with that. It's better than fucking Space Marines, where the golden children and everything happens to them for goodness and rainbows. Except for whatever the grim dark version of goodness and rainbows is.
No, I'm sort of a little bummed because it's Signar was one of the few sort of quasi good guys in Iron Kingdoms.
I think they still are, honestly.
I see.
think
I'm just skeptical of that, given that that Vintner's anywhere near the fucking throne.
Oh no, Vinter's gone. I'm not sure if he's dead, but he's gone. He got booted right the fuck back out.
Yeah,
It's Vinter's bastard that he never spent any time with, that Magnus trained up.
Yeah, see, I'm still not sold with that because Magnus is an asshole.
Yeah, Magnus is an asshole. But from the flavor I've read between their interactions, the new king's arrogant but a good guy and pushes back against Magnus's assholishness. Because there's a lot of that leading up to the new edition in their various supplements.
Okay.
Like, Magnus is like, I am Magnus. I will train you how to be a bastard. I don't want to be a bastard. I'm going to be a good guy, and you can't tell me what to do because you're a jerk. I can't tell you what to do. I have all the golden mercenaries. Fine, but I'm still not going to be a bastard.
So yeah, I'm just sort of like, but
and you still have Nemo and Haley and Kane fighting the good fight.
Well, from what I understand,
even if the bastard ends up being a bastard.
From what I understand, Kane's buggered off.
Has he?
That's what I've been hearing, is that Kane basically got fed up with basically being told not to. Apparently, he had a big falling out with the people in charge because he wasn't allowed to take out the kid.
It's probably in the book I haven't read that I've been studiously avoiding spoilers for.
Fair point. Again, my source might be slightly wrong on that. I don't know.
Yeah. It could. Well, there's a whole. I know there's a bunch of stuff with Kane and him trying to track down the bastard for assassination, but like, also a lot of soul searching with him. It's like, kid hasn't actually done anything wrong. Should I really do this kind of deal? But he's working for Signar and KGB, so. Because that's always been Kane's thing. He's actually James Bond.
Yes. Oh my god.
I still remember back when they introduced Epic Kane, and the story arc for that is Stryker, who is at this point like Lord Commander or something.
Yeah, and it's gone kind of all dark side.
Version. And he's like, hey, so I'm promoting you. Nope. You can't do it. I'm lazy. Don't care. You're a warcaster. I'm constantly late for work. No, you're not. My uniform is always filthy. Yes, you're a warcaster.
Damn it!
Nobody likes me. Everybody likes you, Kane.
Or more accurately, everyone who matters likes you.
Everyone who matters likes you, yes.
Damn it! I've tried so hard to make everybody hate me so I won't get promoted.
But your natural charisma shines through and they see you as a charming rogue as opposed to an asshole.
Fuck! But I don't want actual responsibility and rank.
This makes my actual job so much harder. Thank you, Stryker.
God damn it, I can't tell him why I don't want the promotion. Fuck. Oh god.
But, yeah, so yeah, the Empress is engaged to Vlad. Not sure what's going on with Butcher yet. Given some of the shit he pulled off in the last supplement before Mark III, I'm not sure what he's up to or what they've assigned him to. Because he seemed to come out of the insanity into a new kind of insanity that's moderately sane and manageable. As opposed to crazy delusional berserker. And then he bisected two colossals with one swing, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep on trying to kill Butcher by giving him suicide missions. He keeps on coming back alive.
I can't really fault them for doing that.
Yeah, the the story in Reckoning is actually really good, and that it's a joint task force to attack Crix's Necrofactorum in the Thornwood. And they know they have Colossals there. They know there's some sort of giant soul gathering thing. So you've got Stryker with some Storm Knights going in on one that they have to blow up, and Butcher and Doom River go on the other one. And it's clear they're just like, yes, take all of our expendable troops, just don't lose too many of them before you blow up the Soul Collector. It's like, yeah, I'm taking Doom Reavers. That's not going to be a problem. And yeah, so Stryker starts faltering and doesn't make it there in time until the new Protectorate Warcaster and Vlad show up to pull his ass out of the fire. But Butcher's already blown up his and taken out to Colossals because he's the fucking Butcher.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's one bit with a Crix Kranken coming up out of the factory, and he's like, "It's between me and the thing I need to kill. Bisect with Lola. Move on."
Oh dear.
Where's that Marauder I had on standby? There, go kill that thing. Go blow up the Soul Collector. Ruin, you're doing just fine. I don't actually have to give you focus.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I've been enjoying Mark 3 for what little I've gotten to play it. So
cool.
I would like to play more of it, but I just haven't had the opportunity.
Cool. Excellent. Oh boy.
There's also a bunch of stuff for Hordes I need to pick up because, well, a bunch of options that I wanted for my pigs but were locked out because they didn't work for Thornfall are now open.
Oh, neat.
So, yes.
Right.
Yes, they dropped the whole pact/contract requirements for minions and mercs.
Okay.
So now I can have all the goblins in my pig army.
Okay, cool.
Which I'm totally going to do.
I'm not surprised.
Yes, I'm going to have River Raiders and the Chef and the Tinkerer, who's useless in my pig army, but he's going to be there anyway.
Oh my god. All right, let's see what else is going on that we need to talk about. Trying to remember if there's anything else that's sort of going on gaming wise or anything like that we haven't talked about yet. Well, we could go back to Star Trek a little bit.
Sure.
Because Star Trek Online, it's a game Eric and I both play a lot of.
Yep.
So one of the MMOs that we both play, and recently they did they've released their most recent sort of big major patch, storyline stuff thing.
Yep.
Agents of Yesterday, I think is what it's called.
Yes, Agents of Yesterday.
And they introduced a new quote faction, end quote.
Faction my ass.
Yeah, they call it a faction. Neither of us believe it. It's just an alternate starting thing for the Federation.
Yeah.
In which you start out as an officer from the 23rd century. Yes, you get to start off in the original series era.
Yes, which is pretty cool, honestly. And I enjoyed it. Up until I was back into doing regular Fed stuff. Because that happens.
Yeah, and it was going to happen. I mean, that was...
yeah, it was clear it was going to happen.
Well, it's not even that clear. It's just one of those things that they unless they're launching an entirely new game, it has to tie back into the main game.
Yep.
I mean, that's just...
which is why it was obvious it was going to happen.
Right. And I just a little bummed it happened as quickly as it did, and that there isn't as much... There's anything that sort of ties back in, sort of makes it feel like you are actually different than other Fed characters after the bit where you get brought to the current time.
Well, the uniform and the different skin options for some of the races. Tellarites are the big one.
Yeah, but I'm like, there's just no storyline stuff that happens after you get brought over that is any different.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, I think. Because it's it's not a full, like, the Romulans aren't really a full faction because you end up tying into either the Feds or the Klingons with your Romulan character.
Right.
But they
And
have
they
a
did the
lot more.
same thing with yeah, they did the same thing with the 23rd century Starfleet.
Except that the Romulans have more story content for being a Romulan that makes you feel like you're actually still a Romulan and not just a random.
Yes, yeah, the whole
character.
bit on the whole bit on Nimbus 3 and the fact a lot of the Iconian storylines tie directly into the Romulan storyline. Yeah, no, I agree there.
And I think it's it's something that I think they missed. That said, a lot of the stuff that's come out with that has been pretty cool.
I will agree with that. I like seeing the so apparently there is an original series skin for the temporal ships because I've seen it a few places, and that's really cool.
There are.
I don't know what the skin is for the temporal raider, which I will not be picking up because it's not in a Klingon ship. I don't care what you try to tell me, Gecko. Fed apologist, you.
Oh God, it's not perfect. They also released
it. Biggest problem with it is not so much that you don't end up doing as much original series stuff as you would like, but it has nothing for Klingons or Romulans.
Yep, I agree.
Like you can't even play in the original you don't even have the getting to play around in the original series timeline as a Klingon or a Romulan, and that really bugs me because it shows. It makes me think of the the bad old days of STO, prior to Legacy of Romulus, where the only other faction were the Klingons, and the Klingons were fifth-class citizens. Like NPCs got more attention than the Klingons.
Yeah, and
that's only a slight exaggeration.
Or God help me, when the game originally released, they basically just like
Jesus,
they did. Yeah. They really originally did not want to spend any time on the Klingons. The Klingons originally were basically just there for PvP. I mean,
yeah. And I did it. And I've seen the Klingons grow from day fucking one. And my first Klingon character is still my main character and still the guy I play the most. And I love him. But
yeah.
But yeah, I don't like seeing that's my biggest problem with Agents of Yesterday, is it reeks of the bad old days. And I don't want to see a return to that, because they've been good ever since Legacy of Romulus. They've been good about keeping the Klingons in mind. Like, for all the shit that went wrong with the Iconian War, they did a great job of putting a lot of the focus on what was going on with the Klingons and having one of the main NPCs be a Klingon, and in fact, the voice of compassion in the end.
Yep. Oh, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I agree. There's the other thing they've done is STO is officially released on PlayStation 4, and they're doing an Xbox One release for it also.
Yeah, they've been doing graphic upgrade passes on a lot of stuff.
Yep, and they've been fixing the lighting. Unfortunately, some of the stuff with this patch has broken a lot of the cutscenes, so they are like things are out of sync. Models are doing things they shouldn't be doing during the cutscenes.
Mouth flapping for no good reason.
Standing up.
For a minute there, I thought I was watching a bad dub of a Godzilla movie.
Oh God, yeah. Or God help me, like the occasional characters standing up and walking in partially into walls or falling through the floor and shit.
Or just their heads not rendering for a good half second during the
It's weird. They did restore the invisible Ferengi from the big conference at the end of the Dyson Sphere arc.
Oh, that's good.
He's back. He's there. He's physically there. You can see him now during that cutscene.
That's good. I'm glad of that. They also did some graphic upgrades on some of the Klingon gear, so that the shoulders no longer clip through the highest rank.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because I'm really happy about that. I still don't use the shoulders anymore because I managed to pick up the Kelvin Lobi uniform, and that's replaced my standard Klingon uniform because now I'm wearing a great coat with a high collar and everything.
Nice.
And yeah, for all of my hatred of the Abrams verse, I gotta say, whoever was doing their production design for like ships and uniforms and whatnot knew their shit.
Yeah, they all that stuff looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and for all my hatred for the Abrams stuff, like my biggest problems are with the direction in the scripts,
right,
and the cinematography, and basically everything that have anything to do with the design team or the cast.
Yeah. So,
I've been enjoying it. The lockbox ships. Here's the thing. I resent lockbox ships. I really do.
I do too.
I resent that there's an entire like class of ships that are random number generated ships that can sort of only be acquired via cash shop money. You can pick them up on the exchange though, because thankfully until you pull them out of the box, until you pull them out of the box, they are not character bound. So, you open up the lockbox, you get a box with a new spaceship in it. Do you want the spaceship? Yes, no. Yes, you open up the box, you have a new spaceship. No, you put it on the exchange and sell it for hundreds of millions of credits.
Or you can give it to a friend or what have you. Yeah.
Or you give it to a friend because Dewani is a goddamn saint. Again, dude, I don't know how to thank you for that friggin' bop. That is my favorite ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the new lockbox ships I've been seeing flying around, all three of them are really cool. Because you've got finally a tier 6 Constitution. It's several times too big to be a Constitution, but at least it's a tier 6 Constitution. The big Intel Dreadnought, which is the big villain ship from Into Dumbness, which is its official title as far as I'm concerned. Which is a really cool looking ship, honestly.
Right.
Like, I remember watching that movie and going, my God, I hate this movie, but that is a cool ship and I hate that I like it. And the Klingon Bird of Prey, which is just fucking amazing, and Dewani gave me one, and again, thank you. It is my new favorite spaceship, like, period. I adore the damn thing. And yeah, the lockbox ships have all been really cool.
Yeah, the Romulan one's also...
Oh, right, I forgot about the Romulan one. Because I've only ever seen one flying around, and that was when Dewani was showing it off.
And it is ginormous.
It's ginormous, and I don't know how Romulan it looks, but it definitely looks like the friggin' mothership from, like, the Last Starfighter remake. Thank God there's no actual Last Starfighter remake.
Oh,
if they were going to do one, they would look the mothership would look like that.
God, please don't let anyone do that. No, they'd screw it up badly. No.
Oh, don't worry. It has about as big of a chance of being remade as Big Trouble in Little China. I know exactly what I did there.
Yeah, I know what you did there, Eric, and I hate you for this.
Now, Last Starfighter is unlikely to get remade because the context for it is entirely different now.
Yeah.
Like, video games aren't this weird thing that you go to, like, an arcade, or if you're lucky, you've got a cabinet set up at the local pizza joint. Everyone has them on their goddamn phones now. The uniqueness of the setup is no longer there anymore.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Although, from the point of view from the people who actually did it in the story, they do have more people to actually use the video game for a...
Peter, shut up. I know. I already thought of that, and I decided not to mention it because it would give someone a bad idea.
But it actually makes more sense, Eric.
I know, and that's so terrible because they have a larger pool to draw from for their testing for the starfighter wackiness to go and fight the what was it, the Vodon Empire?
Zodon Armada, Eric.
Zodon Armada, yes. What do we do now? We die.
Oh my god, I love that movie so goddamn much.
That movie is a perfect synergy of cheese and fun and completely earnest 80s sci-fi fun.
It's, objectively not a great movie, but oh my god, I love it.
No, objectively it's a terrible movie, but it's so much fun, and it's so goddamn earnest, and it's just, I love it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, back to the original subject, the Romulan Intel Carrier Dreadnought, is that its official classification?
Let me look it up, hang on.
I don't remember the name of the ship. It's this giant, crescent with blade nacelles on the end, with an opening on the inside of the crescent where you can see the bridge and the launch bays and everything, and it's just, yeah, it's gorgeous and terrifying and totally a supervillain's base.
Yeah,
the Legion of Doom lives in there. I'm convinced.
It's the Talaru Intel Carrier Warbird.
That's it. Okay.
And it's a big, just hunk of death.
Yes, it's really cool looking. Not as cool as my D4X Bird of Prey, which is also weirdly Romulan looking, I've decided, but that's okay. But yeah, no, it's probably, I can't believe I forgot to mention it because it's probably the coolest one after the bird. So. Like Zool or Gozer.
It has many names like Zool or Gozer. Oh god. Anywho. Yeah, that's it's a neat ship.
So yeah, what I've been enjoying Star Trek Online. I've sort of fallen off my temporal original series agent because now I'm into the actual Fedrat storyline, and I'm like, I could be playing my Klingon now. So that's what I did.
And our friend Tachi has the Constitution from the Tier 6 Constitution from.
Yeah,
from
and
that.
it's really cool looking. I really like it. I just wish it was bigger than a galaxy.
Well, it was intended.
It is the Abrams first one. Yeah.
Yep, it's the Abrams first one, and it is bigger than. It's
pretty much any other Fed ship that's not a full carrier. So bigger than everything but than the Jupiter. That's it. Which I still resent existing.
Yeah.
Especially seeing. So we decided to make a Tier 6 Federation cruiser because there hasn't been one before, and they lack science options. Fuck you, Gecko. Just fuck you, dude. The Vokov's right there.
Yes, there should be a Tier 6 Vokov. I agree completely.
In case you couldn't tell, I've been drinking.
All right. Okay. Well, we've gotten to the point of the show where we normally save time for viewer questions. We actually answered one of them already during the course of the show because it came up in the flow of conversation, which was about the Warmachine in Iron Kingdom's new changes to the game world, which was asked by our viewer Matthew Jones. Thank you, Matthew, for the email.
Yeah, I need to just buy that book. Is what I need to do.
Yeah, he brought up
need to read that novel and then have a more informed opinion about that.
He also brought up a bunch of stuff sort of tying into the Brainstorm universe we had, which I what the hell, would read through it because Matthew brought it up. He's got a few things he wanted to, he says things he'd brought up in the chat if he was able to see it live. Point one, having Prussia be united front for the bad guys to punch. I think that in your scenario, the religious Prussians would have broken away from the fascist ones. If sort of the way how the Nazis dealt with the Christian priests before World War II broke out is any indication of future events, then your fascists will try to eradicate them. Also, generals behind Operation Valkyrie.
That's a really good point. Yep. I didn't even think of.
Yeah, me neither. Also, generals behind Operation Valkyrie and the other Hitler assassination attempts were also from Old Prussia. Well, 70 years ago, underground, an IRA-type like group, Irish Republican Army, could spring up modeling themselves after the Teutonic Knights, Prussia's founders, meaning Eric could play a clockwork cyborg Knight Templar while working for Rasputin.
That's a really good point, and I think it's awesome, and we totally should have thought of that and included it. You get a cookie. It's a delicious, awesome cookie.
Yep.
And the size of my room.
Point 2 brought up, America probably obtained both British and Prussian technology because we were a neutral power selling arms to all sides at the point when the aliens invaded. A few weeks in, as Eric said. And America also had a lot of people of German and British descent at the time. And America had a lot of people of German and British descent at the time that kept us from really picking a side until Lusitania sank. That's another valid point.
That is another valid point. I should not drink during these. I miss these important stuff.
The third thing he brought up was pretty sure at the time there was a jump in cases of stigmata, bleeding from the eyes, wrists, and feet, and that Catholics took to be miracles, which could be a cause for more mysticism in the West. Interesting idea. Could bring that up.
That is an interesting idea.
Also, Mexico might not be doing as well as you think because of the Zimmerman telegram. Ooh, that's a really good point.
Oh, that's a giant hole in our story that we totally missed.
Yep.
Like, even more than the goddamn friggin'... That's a giant hole in our story, even bigger than the goddamn religious Prussians. Holy shit. Okay.
Screw up diplomatic relations with the States, if not the war, in this new timeline. Yep, that is a valid point.
Yeah. Wow, okay. Well done, dude.
I love it. That's great. Thank you for that. I love it. This is the sort of email I love seeing in response to our brainstorming sessions. Like, that's great. Dude, awesome.
That is awesome. Well done, dude. You get the best cookie that was ever a cookie.
Well done, man. Thank you, Matthew. And yeah, at the end he says, sorry for the long email, and too much of our responses. No! This is the sort of thing we love.
No, we need more stuff like that. That's great.
Yes, so if you do have stuff you want to feedback for us, stuff like that, questions you'd like us to answer, show topic suggestions, all that sort of stuff, we have an email address. Please send us email. Our email address is surlygrognards@yahoo.com, surlygrognards@yahoo.com. Or you can post them on in response to the video up on YouTube, because we do upload these to YouTube. God, we love getting stuff like this, guys. Seriously, it's the best stuff.
Yeah, it really is. It's great.
If you've got thoughts on stuff that we've talked about in the other episodes, please do send it to us. We love getting this stuff.
No, this stuff is exactly what we had the email.
Yep. But again, if you got feedback for us, constructive criticism is always welcome and encouraged.
Yes.
Shoot it to us at those places. And if you happen to have time to catch us live, when we record on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern here on hitbox.tv/mecha-gm. And as I said, if you're watching us live, we love our live audience. Thank you for being here, guys. You guys are awesome.
We do love our live audience. I can talk too.
Yes, we love our live audience. We love
you guys are cool.
Yep, and we love you guys watching us on YouTube too, guys. Seriously, thank you guys for all the support. We really do appreciate it. Tachi mentioned something. Computer game guys might be interested in Hearts of Iron 4, strategy game where you can go through the alternate worlds of World War II and a lot of diplomacy strategy options throughout. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yep. But yeah, other than that though,
can I have the passion of the Nazis with the good graces of the Americans? Because that would be the best.
Other than that, I think that is going to be it for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. And please spread the word, guys. The more people we have watching and more feedback we can get, the better we can make the show, honestly. We got to do this more often. It's going to be back doing this more regularly than we had been, honestly.
We really should be. We've been bad.
Well, though to be fair, we were sort of getting the other show up and running, so.
That's true.
We do have another show, a podcast that Eric and I are involved in. It is Three Men in Anime, where the two of us, joined by our friend Gav, we talk about anime series the three of us are watching together, and that's all up on YouTube. And check it out if you're at all interested in anime. And yeah, we should.
Or even just the opinions of three middle-aged wankers talking about cartoons.
Yeah. And we should be doing a new episode of that probably next week, I think, because we'll be finally done with the show we're currently watching.
Yes.
That's going to do it, though. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thanks for everything, guys. And we'll be back. We'll be back with Grognards, I'm guessing probably in 2 weeks. Next week will probably be 3-minute anime.
Yeah.
Thanks again, everybody.
We are likely talking about Irresponsible Captain Tyler next week.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do tweet out when the show's going to go live. My Twitter handle's @MechaGM, so keep an eye on that. You'll know when we're going live. And that's about it. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye, humans.